Today I want to talk to you about 5 reasons why your nutrition might not be helping you with your health goals. Number 1, we were taught wrong. Remember the food pyramid back in the day? At least I remember the food pyramid. Not the ones with the lines, the ones with the lines. You guys, it's upside down, right? So if you look at it and you look where we are today, the fact that they had 8 to 11 servings of grains on there was absolutely ridiculous. And of course, now we've kind of looked at, since then, the trajectory of obesity in our nation. Obviously, it was incorrect. And even now, when we're taught a little bit about health, and we're not taught much, right, in school, it's incorrect, it's antiquated information, and obviously you kind of have to just put it to the test. Is it really getting me where I want to go, or am I still struggling and fighting to reach my health goals? The second reason is that you probably have too much processed food in your diet. Now, I don't really like the word diet because it means that we're sacrificing something, but let's just talk nutrition and your nutrition plan. If you have, 50% or more of your food coming in is processed, and I would even say less than that, you really have to cut out as much processed food as possible, because then what you have is broken down ingredients, predominantly carbs, that hit your system as blood sugar or sugar in your blood. And what that does is it spikes your insulin and causes you to store the excess as fat. So you really have to pay attention to what is in your nutrition plan. Are you following and falling for the marketing gimmicks that they have at the store, where this is healthy, net carbs, blah, blah, blah? It's not working for you. Number 3, you're looking for loopholes. You want shortcuts. You want the magic pill that does not exist. Number 1, you cannot cheat biology. So if you're looking for loopholes or shortcuts, over time, it might work briefly, but it's going to cause you problems in the long run. But also, sometimes we're just looking to do the bare minimums, but we're expecting optimal results. And it really doesn't work that way. If you want the progress that you want to make and you want it in a quick amount of time, you have to do the work that it takes. And a lot of times, it's not sustainable, it's unreasonable. And what it's going to do is it's going to cause you to binge in the long run, or go to a totally different direction than you were trying to go anyway. And then you put the weight back on, plus some. So if you're a yo-yo dieter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Number 4, there is sugar hidden in everything. Now, I giggle sometimes because clients will say, look, I don't have a sweet tooth, I like savory. And then they start listing the things that are their vices, right? And it usually has to do with bread and potatoes and potato chips and things like that. And I'm like, what do you think that turns into in your system? But not just that, you would be floored at how much sugar is in things you wouldn't believe. Things like salad dressing, marinara and spaghetti sauces, mayo. Take a look at the label. Make sure not just the nutrition label part of it, but the actual ingredient list. You want to look and see what's in there. You're going to usually find multiple forms of sugar, even on things that say sugar-free, which I find phenomenal. But anything ending in OSE is some form of sugar, and you have to pay attention to that. A lot of the companies will use some loopholes in the system and what they're told that they can get away with, and they'll use that to make it sound like it's much, much better for you than it really is. Number 5, you're allowing yourself way too many free or cheat meals. Now, to me, a free meal and a cheat meal are not the same thing. A free meal is, going out with the kids to pizza and you have 2 pieces of pizza and a salad. A cheat meal is the entire pizza, a gallon of ice cream, all the chocolate Melissa has hiding in her closet somewhere. You're stuffing your face as much as you can. And when I utilize that, which is not very often, it's usually when competitors are falling off the wagon, I only allow them to do 1 hour, and I need them to be sick. But that really isn't realistic, and it tends to be a trigger for a lot of people, and it's not a great idea. I don't do that very often. Maybe Thanksgiving, but really I just don't. I prefer a free meal. The problem is a lot of people think, well, I did so great this week, I'm going to have a free meal. And then they can't figure out why they're not getting closer to their goals. They're not seeing the weight loss on the scale. They're not seeing their clothes fitting differently. It's because maybe they need to have a couple weeks without a free meal, or, they're having a couple of free meals per week. Or, they think, well, I'm doing really, really good, and little things slide in here or there because they believe they deserve it. So be careful with that, because what happens is those things add up. If you're out doing what you did during the week, if you've done really good Monday through Friday and then you completely let go on the weekend and you've done 2 days of just crap food, you've pretty much undone everything that you've been trying to do towards your health goal. Now, this wasn't meant to slap your hand or tell you that you're bad at what you're trying to accomplish. It's just to help you troubleshoot and figure out, why am I not seeing results? How am I what do I need to change in order to really get to where I'm trying to go? Now, a lot of people think that it's going to be much easier than it ends up being, and or they're going to see results much, much faster, but that's just not how it works. I prefer my clients to take much longer because I know that it's going to take them time to put some habits into place, to change their taste buds so that things that are healthier, like vegetables and other things that are healthy foods, actually taste good versus, the sugar, the addiction to the sugar, the withdrawals from sugar. Those are pretty intense things to have to go through, and you're not going to reach your goal in 2 weeks. Make sure you take your time, that you're getting it right? And it's okay if you fall off the wagon here or there. It's going to happen. It's the consistency over time of continuing to get back up, try again. Eventually you will get where you're going. I give it a good 90 days of consistency without too much crazy in the interim. See if you don't see some change. I'm Coach Melissa Fillmore. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get all the new videos coming out. Until next time, my friends, stay healthy and happy.